So it is Tuesday, the 13th of June, 2023, here in beautiful Vancouver, where the sun is shining and it isn't raining this time of year. I am here with Realtor Michael Harding of Keller Williams. And Michael Elerath is traveling today. But once again, great things happening in finance. Last week, the market was a little sideways. This week, of course, we're waiting on the Federal Reserve. With Jerome Powell's press conference tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and the Fed's expected to raise a quarter point, but be much more dovish in their outlook. We'll see how that all works. But the S&P 500 has been actually starting to move up a little bit. You know, there's some talk about perhaps a new bull market. We'll see. Hopefully, Jerome Powell won't put the kibosh on that. But Michael, what's happening in the wonderful world of real estate? Anything fun?
Well, to be honest, last week, the majority of last week, I was on vacation with my wife, and so I wasn't plugged in really to everything that's going on. And then I had a bunch of catch-up work to do since then. But I do want to read a statement from Lawrence Yun. He's the National Association of Realtors chief economist. And his statement is, inflation calmed down in May and further deceleration looks likely in the oncoming months. It also marks the first month in 2 years that wage growth outpaced consumer price inflation, improving the average standard of living. Moreover, low inflation means that the Federal Reserve should stop raising interest rates and possibly slash interest rates towards the end of the year or early next year. The yield on the 10-year Treasury is responding positively, with the rate declining to 3.7%. That normally means the 30-year mortgage rate is around 5.5 to 5.7. Of course, we know the mortgage rates have been near 7 recently, but the potential for a decline is real as we progress through the year. So that's encouraging news, in my summation, because as you know, we've discussed on this program several times that affordability is key to a thriving market. Jobs in the local employment.
People with money.
Yeah, and the affordability. Those are the two key things that are most important in my eyes in terms of real estate, because if you make 100,000 but you're living in the land of $5 million projects, then you're really not gonna be able to afford much. And another thing that I ran across, and I wish I had kept it, is multi-generational living is looking like it's here to stay.
Yes.
Because the as the thing that I just read, the rate of income growth has finally outpaced the consumer price. So it's going to be more and more difficult for your standard young couple to afford a home. In addition to that, baby boomers are outpacing millennials in terms of home buying right now, because what they're doing is they're downsizing. They're taking their current property, selling it, and moving into a smaller, more affordable place. And they, depending on the current situation, they may be able to take all the proceeds from the sale of their home and apply it to the purchase of a new home and not have a mortgage. And so there's a lot of things moving and shaking in terms of real estate. But Bill, you got this week's numbers that we can take a look at?
We can.
This week's off the top of my head. It was a decent week in terms of growth. Or not necessarily growth, but activity. We had 224 new to market, and as I've said, if it's not available for sale, then you usually can't buy it. So to see that 224 number, that's pretty encouraging. Because again, as we've stated several times here, we're headed toward a warmer, drier months, and this is when we usually have an uptick in activity. The price change kind of went up a little high. The pending was in a good trend. I was a little disappointed in the number of solds, 90, because you would think with the increase in that activity, increase in inventory, there would be an increase in closed transactions, but that's not the case. But if you take a look at the percentage is pretty high, higher than it's been in recent times, and the days on market is trending downward. If you notice, we had a $27,000 price increase in the list price. We returned to an inverted market. That's where the list price is higher than the sold price. Because if you put it on the market at price A, due to natural reflexes of competition, you should be at the level of the asking price or slightly higher, but that's not the case. But it's really negligible if you take a look at it, because the list per square foot price is 286 and the price per square foot for sold is 285. So it could be a matter of rounding. That's why we have a slightly higher price for the list than the sold. And but yeah, it's looking pretty healthy. Again, I was hoping for a few more solds this month, or this week rather, but we can't complain. At least we're trending in a positive direction, and there's not a great decline in activity that a lot of people have been fearing for some time.
Excellent. Yeah, looks very interesting. Any update on the commercial side? Are we seeing some signs of stress there?
My person hasn't gotten back to me. I as far as I know, she's not mad at me. I say that jokingly, but you never know.
All right.
Maybe she didn't laugh at my dad joke, or maybe one of my dad jokes offended her. I doubt it, because she has a sense of humor too. But she may be busy with other stuff. And as I said, I was on vacation for a good bit last week, and I haven't reached out to her since my return. You know, from the coast. We went to Seaside and stuck our toes in the sand. So I haven't really reached out to her. So I'll be sure to send her an email and ask her why she's avoiding my phone calls and text messages. But hopefully I have something for everyone next week.
Okay, sounds great. Other than that, not much. Just waiting on the Fed. You know, we'll see what the market, stock market does after that, and you know, enjoy life. So let's quit recording here.